shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm
Give me some Ingram. It's a coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Mark Ingram, fresh off a big performance a weekend ago, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. There goes Mark Ingram. Past the 20, 10. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Johnson marches in to sack him.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. Well, there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Easy. Switch. Snickers.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there's no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Hollywood there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that tougher will be.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger's had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2014 in a win against Baltimore. And actually, now that I think about it, that was on the heels of a 6-touchdown performance in a win over Indianapolis the week prior. So October of 2014 was kind to Big Ben. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And complete, right side to Cook.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Solid, 5 down. Take 2 of them. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd and 2, Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Strong, his 1st touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 11 carries, 79 yards.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
Let's go. Let's go.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. These two teams all tied after one. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Von Miller in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the 2nd quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the 1st quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium, where the Browns already playing their 3rd primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Ingram again, a 1st down carry. Ingram's got the 1st down and more. And finally taken down at the 15. That one good for 37 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now taking downfield and punching the end zone over.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And now this throw complete to Washington. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From just shy of midfield, Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3.
Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Matthews, the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot, and if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there, and sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Roberts with it over the middle. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown. Two touchdowns here so far as the Ravens that's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Alert!
Here's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. He was looking for Matthews that time.
I'm not sure, Brandon. We've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I guarantee you, it's not very good.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Here's Jackson to throw. Rolling, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Roethlisberger will throw. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jordan Matthews, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now it's Jackson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come to the right side and complete to Hurst. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 22. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover and double and triple and do what you have to do? But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw is Jackson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. They go play action with Jackson, and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Von Miller in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. He's looking for another 4-sack game. That's how many he had last week. That's his 3rd.
When I watch him rush the passer, the thing that always comes to mind for me is how well he uses his hands. The martial arts stuff that a lot of guys do in the offseason to work on those, paying dividends for him. He's getting home in a big way.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Hey, Charlie.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Matt Judon able to record his 5th sack of the season. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 24, Jackson, short throw underneath to Hurst. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
What we got?
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is taken at the 23. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
On 2nd and 10, Roethlisberger. And an alley to run. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
On the crossing route, complete. It's Brown. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller in there for sack number 22 on the year, and folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Come on, fellas.
Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Quarter.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This one complete right side to McDonald. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring. Watch that. Slam. Double bump.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he whips that one incomplete there. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. 3rd down here. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Check 41. You better be afraid of me. You better.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Roethlisberger.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So yet another field goal to end the drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
So Ben Roethlisberger and the offense down by 15. A minute 47 on the clock. They need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 two-point conversion mixed in there as well.
I'm coming after you.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack. Roethlisberger got to get his guys to the line as quick as he can. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And now it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra